Hello, River Run members. My name's Wes Marshall. I'm here with Josh Buds, our golf course superintendent. We got a big day coming up on Friday. Josh, tell us what we can expect.
Yes, the day has finally arrived. I've been waiting for this. Very excited about it. It is officially Sprig Day for our greens. And what that is simply is we are going to be laying sprigs down, the grass for our greens, and they have come alive. This will be the first day, and it'll be up to us from here on out to grow them in so we can open up the golf course for play.
Very exciting. What greens are you going to be sprigging on Friday?
Friday, what is going to be ready to sprig is the greens on the golf course, holes 1 through 18, and our two main practice greens, which is going to be our main putting green out at the circle, out in front of the clubhouse, and also our chipping green next to the driving range. The short game greens and the green up at number 1 tee is not quite ready, and we plan to do that either next week or the following week, either right before the 4th of July or right after the 4th of July, so that they will all be within 10 days of growing with each other.
Very good. Can you explain what is a sprig?
Yes, a sprig essentially is a strand of grass. It is a mature Bermuda plant that has been cut. And it's been cut into a bunch of pieces that contain roots of rhizomes and stolons. Rhizomes are a root that grow vertically into the soil, while a stolon is a root that grows horizontally on top of the soil. Wow. They're going to be growing in together until it starts to form a full strand of grass like green, and then we will start to maintain that area to get it to playing conditions.
That's amazing. What keeps one of these sprigs from like just blowing off the green as soon as you lay it down?
So what our plan is Friday when Carolina Fresh Farms get here is where we're getting the sprigs from. It's located in Greenville, South Carolina. They're going to bring their team. My team will also help them, but we will be simply laying the sprigs out similar to what you'd be laying pine straw out throughout the green. And they're going to bring a special machine to run over those sprigs after we do each green. And what that machine does is cut the sprigs into the green. It's simply a machine with slicers on it. And what that does is grab each stolon and each rhizome that I was talking about, the sprig, and it'll force it into the green so that some of it's in the green and some of it is outside of the green. Gotcha. That will help hold a lot of the sprigs in, but it will not hold all of the sprigs in.
Sure.
We're going to have to do a lot on our part to make sure none of these sprigs move during the growing process.
What if we get one of these big monsoon rains that comes in and we get 2 inches in a couple hours? How does that affect it?
It depends when. If we were to get that the day of or the weekend following it, there's a chance sprigs are going to move, and my team has to be on top of going out there, collecting where they moved to reapply in the areas that they did move.
Yep, gotcha. It's kind of incredible to think that we're going to go from just this root being laid on top of sand to be able to putt on them come Labor Day weekend. When does the sprig really start to grow and root into the sand, and where you can start to fertilize it and mow it?
It'll start to actually root within the first week of doing so, which is what we were talking about earlier. If we were to get a big rain that first week, they could move. But once you get past that first week and a half, they're not going to move anymore, but they're still not in the condition for me to go out there to start mowing, to start doing those type of practices. Normally around week 3, you'll try to get a mower out there for the first time. We've already been fertilizing it. We've already been top dressing it. Once we get to that 3rd week, we'll be a little bit more aggressive with our practices, like mowing. I'd say more around week 5 when it actually starts to look like a green.
Gotcha.
Once week 5 gets here is when we're going to be dialing in mowing heights, finer sands of top dressing, much less water than we were having to run before, trying to get what is now looking like a green, playing like a green.
Yeah, great. Well, I know we're going to be relying on our River Run homeowners to kind of be our ears and eyes out there. We, especially at this time, we cannot have people out on the golf course walking on the greens. It will do a lot of damage. So I assume if someone hears or sees something about that, they can call the golf shop and report it, and as soon as possible.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. If you see anyone out on the golf course, please report it to the golf shop right that second so that we can go talk to that person. The number one way to delay the Sprig process is disturbance. If that is by rain, by a person moving it themselves, walking around the green, those are the two main reasons why you're going to have a delay in a project. So we want to keep everyone as far away as possible and let my team do what we know what to do on them.
Yeah. And also for the homeowners, you've told me you're going to be doing a lot of watering right off the get-go here.
Yes.
How frequently can we expect to see water going off on these greens?
The first couple weeks, we're going to be watering these greens every hour. It sounds crazy, but we do not want these sprigs to dry out. The most important part in the beginning is keeping the sprig in the green, the top layer of the sand, wet. We're not going to be running each head for a very long time, maybe a few minutes, but they're going to be going off every 40 minutes to an hour all day for the first couple of weeks. And it's just important to stay away from the greens on that aspect, but even after we've brought the watering down to let us do that part.
Great. Well, hey, we're going to open Labor Day weekend. The golf shop will be sending out a registration sign-up process for tee times that weekend. We won't be allowing guests that weekend, and we'll be restricting guests probably a couple weeks later on how they can get out here, but more to come on that. Josh, thanks so much for your time, and we hope the weather holds off for us.
I hope so too. Thank you.
Thank you all.